Test. Can you?
Hi, this is Stephanie Rango. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can
Yes.
hear you.
I could hear you.
Loud and clear.
Did you hear the call to order?
No.
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 Okay, I will go ahead and repeat the call to order. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Lindsay Post, Chair of this committee. Good morning, members of the Elderly and Persons with Disabilities Transportation Committee. This meeting is now called to order again at 10:05 to ensure we have audio. For those around the table, please turn on your microphone when speaking. For those participating in Zoom, please state your name when making a comment or asking a question. The MAG public comment process allows members of the public to comment on items that fall under MAG's jurisdiction. If you would like to comment at today's meeting, please complete the request to speak form. MAG staff can assist with any questions you may have. If you parked in the garage, a validation stamp is available on the counter. If you purchased a transit ticket to come to the meeting, please see staff for a ticket. Hearing assisted devices are available from MAG staff. We will now begin the meeting with a roll call of all members.
Thank you, Madam Chair and members of the committee. I'll be down the list by the agency alphabetically. When I state your name, please say here. Matt Dudley, City of Avondale. Matt Dudley, City of Avondale. Andrew Blatchon, City of Buckeye.
Present.
Thank you. Nancy Jackson, City of Chandler.
Present.
Thank you. Carolyn Ballard, Town of Florence. Carolyn Ballard, Town of Florence.
Present.
Thank you. Nathan Williams, Town of Gilbert.
Here.
Thank you. Nathan White, City of Glendale.
Present.
Thank you. Tremaine Colley, City of Peoria.
Here.
Thank you. Stephanie Dangles, City of Phoenix.
Present.
Thank you. Nina Ardando, Pinal County. Nina Ardando, Pinal County. John Freeman, City of Scottsdale.
Present.
Thank you. Lindsay Post, City of Tempe.
Present.
Thank you. Las Pardo, City of Tolleson.
Here.
Thank you. Chris Langmuir, Valley Metro.
Present.
Thank you. Did I miss anyone? Thank you, Madam Chair. We have quorum.
Thank you. Our next item is call to the audience. This is the opportunity for the public to comment on items that fall under MAG's jurisdiction that are not on the agenda, informational items, or items on the agenda for discussion and not for action. 15 minutes will be provided for the call to the audience unless the chair requests an exemption to this limit. Have we received any? No, we have not received any requests to speak for call to the audience. MAG also provides the opportunity for members of the public to submit written comments via the MAG website. Any comments received 2 hours prior to the meeting have been shared with the committee members in advance of the meeting for consideration and will be included in the formal meeting minutes. Staff, have we received any online written comments for the call to the audience?
Thank you, Madam Chair. No, we have received no written comments for the call to the audience.
Thank you. Okay, we'll go to item number 3, the MAG staff report. This item is on the agenda for information and will be presented by Wendy Miller, Transportation Improvement Program Manager.
Thank you, Chair, members of the Elderly and Persons with Disabilities Transportation Committee. I would like to first take the opportunity to introduce our new officers and our new members. You've just heard Lindsay Post, our new chair from the City of Tempe, and Mr. Tremaine Coley from City of Peoria is our new vice chair. So we're excited to have you on board in those roles. Thank you for your service. And then I'd like to welcome our new members to the committee since the last meeting. We have Luz Pardo with the City of Tolleson, and Nathan White, City of Glendale, and Chris Langmayer with Valley Metro. So welcome to our new members. Next, I would like to give an update on the Human Services Coordination Transportation Plan. We have finalized the best practices review that was done. We had a consultant doing that last year that we had sent you a notice. It was on the Transit Committee agenda at the end of last year. Since then, we are transitioning to put a procurement on the street to select a consultant to update our coordination transportation plan. As many of you know, we've done minor updates, but we haven't done a major overhaul looking at all of the needs in the community and looking at how we need to update our plan. So we're really excited to get that underway. The process should take about a year or so to complete, and we will be tasking or asking the committee to participate in that and provide feedback in that process, as well as our participants in the program and from the community. We will be making also modifications in order to streamline the process of the grant process and the competitive selection process until a new coordination transportation plan is updated. We know these things are going to be changing, and just to manage this committee and the responsibilities of it without having a new person appointed to run the committee. We are doing quarterly meetings for mobility managers. We'll be streamlining training with the City of Phoenix. So the mobility managers used to provide trainings on a regular basis. The majority of those are going to be transitioned in cooperation with the City of Phoenix and being presented either at the TAP meetings or along with the City of Phoenix in their subrecipient updates. So we'll be providing more information to all of the participants as we get that schedule together. We're also going to be reducing the requirements regarding the coordination efforts of the participants. The previous process was we were requiring that they attend 3 out of the 4 TAP meetings every year, participate in inventory or other data requests that MAG staff had. And then finally, that there was a requirement for the participants to attend one or more of the or I think it was 3 trainings throughout the year. And since we are drastically reducing those trainings and those opportunities, we thought it best to just for this next year to accept their coordination or their participation in the TAP meetings and any data requests. And we will adjust our scoring as such through this process. Finally, we're going to be updating the TAP meetings themselves. 3 of those will be virtual. And this year, after polling the participants of the TAP process, they will be doing an in-person meeting in November of this year. And so what we will likely invite the committee members that have a vested interest in this process to participate in the in-person one as well. And we'll be putting together an agenda and planning things for them to do a lot more coordination with each other in person and gathering information about the planning process. So we're excited about the coming back to an in-person opportunity for that. Thank you, Chair. That completes my report.
Thank you, Wendy. Great information. Thanks for the warm welcome, and welcome everybody to the committee. And I look forward to seeing that study when it's done. Our next item is approval of the April 22nd and April 23rd, 2025 meeting minutes. Does any member of the committee have any questions? Hearing none, prior to the approval of the meeting minutes, there is an opportunity for members of the public to comment. I have received no requests for this item. Is that what I say? Okay. Staff, have we received any online written comments for this item?
Aisha, you have to say it into the microphone
yes.
and have it on.
Thank you, Chair. We have received no online written comments for this agenda item.
Thanks, Aisha. Is there a motion to approve agenda item number 4, approval of the April 22nd and 23rd, 2025 meeting minutes?
This is Nancy. I'll make a motion.
We have a motion from Nancy, and do we have a second?
Nina Arredondo, second.
Nina Arredondo seconds. We will have those participating in the meeting online take part in a voice vote by turning on their cameras and unmuting their audio. We need to see the faces of everyone to participate in the voice vote. For those who cannot or do not want to turn on their cameras, staff will conduct a roll call vote. Staff will only call on those virtual participants who did not turn on their camera. Members, please leave your cameras on until after the roll call vote so that staff can count the people's names whose cameras are not on. Can I have a voice vote for those in the room and those online? Those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed say nay. Do I have any abstentions? Okay.
Eleanor Paras, how do you vote? I don't see your face. Okay. John Freeman.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. And Caroline,
Aye.
thank you. And you vote too?
Aye.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Chair. Motion passes.
Thank you. Item number 5, review of the fiscal year 2026, Section 5310, FTA Enhanced Mobility of Seniors and Persons with Disability Program, MAG's regional application process. This item is on the agenda for information and discussion and will be presented by Wendy Miller, Transportation Improvement Program Manager.
Thank you, Chair, members of the committee. I am pleased to review the committee process for 2026. Just to give you a current update on where we're at with the development of the new application and handbook for 26. We're making revisions as we speak, working with the City of Phoenix, our partners, our designated recipient, and there won't be a lot of major changes to the application itself or the questions that we ask. We're revamping the handbook a little bit to maybe make it flow easier and give them a little bit easier way to follow what they need to in the handbook. But for the most part, that is going to be updated, and that will be placed online by January 15th. So we are underway with that. May we get the schedule up online, please? So what I thought might be best is to just walk through the timeline of the committee. The charge of the committee is to provide a review of the applications and develop a priority listing for those applications. And so our first committee meeting is today on Wednesday, January 7th. And then again, the applications will be published on Thursday, January 15th. On Tuesday, January 27th, we held an annual grant kickoff workshop where we walk through the application process and answer questions regarding the federal requirements and the City of Phoenix requirements and go through what's required for the application itself. And once they've had a chance to look at the application and we've walked through with the workshop, then we offer technical assistance meetings for any of the applicants that wish to do that. This is highly recommended for everybody applying for a new grant that they've never applied for before. And that way, this is staffed by both the City of Phoenix and myself here at MAG to walk them through any of the questions that they have on the technical piece of the application. We have a mobility manager meeting scheduled for Tuesday, February 17th. And then the application deadline is February 24th by 12 noon. And so they'll be emailing those applications to me by that date. And then we publish the notice of applications online. And then what the City of Phoenix and MAG do a 2-week review. We take 2 weeks to read the applications, go through them, and determine that we have eligible applications, that there aren't any concerns or issues that we need to address. Once we've done that review, then we bring it back to the committee and provide you the applications. And at the Wednesday, March 11th committee meeting, that's when we'll be giving those applications to you to begin the scoring process. So at that meeting, we walk you through that application or the scoring process and answer any questions. And then during that, excuse me, let me take a quick drink. Thank you. The committee has the opportunity to ask questions. This is kind of a unique process where most people apply for a grant, submit it, and they don't hear until they get it. But what we're trying to do with this is to give the committee members an opportunity to ask questions to clarify things so that we can make better decisions about the projects themselves. So the committee will begin the review and submit questions on their applications by March 30th. And then we'll give those out to the applicants for them to reply, and then we'll get those responses back while you're still reviewing the applications and scoring. We'll get those back on Thursday, April 9th, in advance of the committee providing their initial scoring due to MAG staff on Tuesday, April 14th. Then we go into the actual committee meeting and the applicant interviews. So this is a 2-day process. On Tuesday, April 21st, we will be interviewing, the entire day is typically interviews. This is based on past experience and the number of applicants that we typically have. We give everybody a chance to come in and provide a detail or a briefing of what their agency is and the services that they provide, describe their application and the need that they have for the community, and meet the committee and present their application. And then on April 22nd, the second day, if there are leftover interviews to be done, we do those. And once that's complete, we move into the next phase of the process, which is developing the priority listing. New this year at the end of that, after the priority listing is developed, as you saw on your committee meeting dates for this year, we have opted to forego doing a November meeting, and we're adding an item on at the end of the 22nd for discussion of, is there anything we can do to improve the process? So we'll do a process review at the end of that committee meeting and wrap up after that. And once we have our priority listing, we send that through recommending approval through the Transit Committee, and then it goes on through the Transportation Review Committee and on through the policy committees, Management Committee, Transportation Policy, and then finally Regional Council approval. With Regional Council approval, the priority listing is adopted into tip listings and sent off to the City of Phoenix to begin the process for developing the application with FTA, and then the subsequent agreements with the subrecipients. Craig, can you go to the next slide? Thank you. And so applicants will receive their selection notification in July and have an appeal deadline 1 week from the notification, which we intend this year. I think that most of the applicants did not get notices until later in July. What we are going to try to do is make sure the transit committee meeting is shortly thereafter, and we put the priority listing into the transit committee packet. So we'll be letting everybody know, the participants, that they'd be able to view the potential awards starting with the transit committee agenda. And then it goes through the TAP meeting, more mobility managers meetings, and then finally the projected availability of funds will be in late 26 or early 27. And folks will get their vehicle delivery availability, and this is a highly subject to change date, spring of 2027. So with that, that concludes my overview of the timeline and the process. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Wendy. Do any members have questions or comments? Yeah, I look forward to seeing the new process, and it sounds like that will open next week, next Thursday. When I was a program manager, I always felt it was important to make sure the application process wasn't so cumbersome that it made the award not worth it, to where the applicant says, man, I wish I would have done a bake sale instead of this. So I look forward to that. Hearing no other questions or comments, we'll move on to the next item. Request for future agenda items. Are there any requests from the membership for an item on a future agenda? Hearing none from the rest of the group, City of Tempe should be able to provide some more information on our local funded process. We have a $50,000 annual outlay, and we are going to revamp that process to ensure that the most in need of those funds get it. With the way that Valley Metro's fare system has changed, it really meant that more people were left out of independently getting on the bus. So, Wendy, I think I'll have that ready by then. By our March meeting.
Thank you, Chair.
Hearing, are there any other requests for future agenda items? Hearing none, the next agenda item is comments from the committee. Are there any comments or announcements from the membership?
I'll announce that I've attended the meeting. I just made it in, so sorry I was a little late.
Thanks for being here, Matt. And for being a good steward of this position. I looked to you to decide how I wanted to be the chair, so thank you. Hearing no others, we will proceed to adjournment. The next meeting of the Elderly and Persons with Disabilities Transportation Committee will be on Wednesday, March 11th, 2026 at 10 a.m. With no further business, today's meeting is adjourned at 10:28 a.m.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.